Alright, I'm playing as Himiko, the High Shaman. Cultural Diplomatic. Himiko, Shaman Queen of Yamatai, stands between worlds. As you bring the power of the land, you turn forests to shrines, waterfalls to music, and the mountains themselves to allies. The divine wind seeks to blow, Great Queen, direct its path. Leader ability, Miko of Amaterasu. +2 happiness per age on happiness and diplomacy buildings, doubled if a building is both. +50% production towards constructing happiness and diplomacy buildings, doubled if a building is both. +20% culture, but -10% science, and these effects are doubled while in a celebration. The Tahina unique scout can enter deep ocean even in antiquity, use them to explore distant coastlines and find new independent powers to befriend. Across the Tongan Empire, diplomatic expansionist. Across the trackless seas, the double-hulled Tongan ships sailed, guided by nothing but the stars. The singer's chant drives them forward to seek new sea-stone harbors, new atolls, and new fishing grounds. Listen to the slit drum and the rush of the waves on the hull. A new shore awaits. Lords of the South. +1 influence on the palace and city halls and settlement adjacent to coast. Cannot use the city-state incorporate or the levy unit action. Wow. +30% production towards constructing Hamunga ao Maui. Damn. Alright. Taina. Alright, so one thing I need to look at was what he can do. Tongan unique scout can enter deep ocean, does not take damage, cannot disembark in distant lands, can use pillage coast raid on adjacent discoveries and embark at the start of the age. It's pretty amazing, really. Animal husbandry, pottery. I think what I'm gonna do, let's do a harbor first, which may seem strange, but I'm gonna get another scout out. Expansionist and militaristic. War support. I think that's what I'm gonna do is war support. Damn. Work. Yeah, go ahead. Among her sundries, a merchant has long held an assortment of texts and an unusual script. Wary of what they might say, she offers the manuscripts to any who is willing to take them. Give the strange text to a scholar for study. Damn. Attempt to translate. Sadly, I can't do that. Can't translate them. I'm not smart enough. I'm gonna do this and this. Crabs. I guess I need to do crabs. A noble task. Like others before him, the younger sibling of a noble lineage takes on the mantle of Tahina. and all the charges that come with it, to herald the family's name on far-off shores and keep its ocean-going traditions alive. Its name will be known far and wide. Be a distant land, civilization, or independent power. That's what I'm doing. And with that being said, let me first go here and grab that, and then artisans have set up a commune along a busy road. Some wield hammers, others brushes. Trades passed onto them, with which they will pass on in turn. Hire the artisans. Have the artisans teach their skills. Shit. I'm gonna hire the artisans. Kinda need the production. Choose a civic. Trade routes can cross oceans. Wow. Receive a free trade route from a new city-state when you become their suzerain. I'm gonna do that. Oligarchy, classical republic, despotism. I'm gonna do oligarchy probably. Classical republic. Tempted to do. I'm gonna do a classical republic. I'm gonna do this because my science gets affected and I'm gonna need to push that up. Okay, let's go this way. A group of nomads has noticed that the cattle they follow have dwindled. Many argue that their way of life is no longer sustainable. Find a place for the cattle herders to settle. Gain 1 population. Minus 100% happiness for 1 turn. Leave the nomads be. Shit. I'll find a place for them to settle. No longer nomadic, the cattle herders have begun to adjust their new lives.
The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free.
Animal husbandry. Tough. Alright, he's going out and crossing the ocean. Look at my boy. A crowd has become captivated by a troupe of players. They deserve an audience that can fully appreciate their talents. Convince the players to tour La Paja. Minus 50 gold, plus 60 culture. Move on. I'm gonna do the culture, actually. People come from all over to see the thespians perform to enrich their spirits. Tempted to do a Kalia. But it says I should do a settler. I think what I'm gonna do is actually a Kalia. Shaw.
Ich bin Carolus, Charlemagne geheißen. Managü andere walden mit Sverdo. Ich aber walder durch Gottes Gnaden samt Sverta.
Do that. I'm not gonna do anything with him yet. High key, I'm gonna do this 3-1-1, I think. Scholars have been debating the origins of images adorning the mouth of a cave. The animal shapes are unfamiliar, the handprints next to them are not. Examine the animals, contemplate the handprints. Shit. I'm gonna examine the animals.
All are made of clay.
Riding. I'm gonna do animal husbandry.
Stand firm, and the waves will break.
Open borders. Sure. Langi. +3 combat strength for infantry and naval units when adjacent to a coast. Might as well. Should have went the other way. +20% culture. Wonders. Village. Hunters have set up camp in a quiet forest. They complain of their neighbors who encroach on their land and cull the wildlife. Still, they are happy to trade what they have. Trade with the hunters, negotiate with the neighbors. What I'm actually going to do is negotiate with the neighbors. Why? Is it this? You're fucking kidding, right? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'm actually gonna load back. I know. Silly. It's retarded.
Across the trackless seas, the double-hulled Tongan ships sail, guided by nothing but the stars. The singer's chant drives them forward, to seek new sea-stone harbours,
He was just already so
new
far ahead.
atolls, and
I'm
new
not.
fishing grounds.
So,
Listen to the slit drum and the rush of waves on the hull. A new shore awaits.
what did I do? Negotiate. That's what I did. Fuck it.
The caged bird watches butterflies with envy.
Writing, irrigation, masonry. I kind of need to do writing. Just to boost my science up a little bit. Tongan unique quota created by constructing Lungi in the same district, plus 2 culture for every trade route you have to a city-state. Scouts in any age from any empire, from an empire with a Tofia can enter ocean without taking damage, but cannot disembark in distant lands in antiquity. I think it's probably wiser if I do this. And looky here. So, I'm gonna send him down south. Flood of opportunity. One day a devastating flood rushes through the streets as the river swells its banks. Entire city districts are now dank, hazardous, and unlivable. With hundreds now homeless in every crisis, however, there is an opportunity. House them in the barracks. Make space for them in the central quarter. I'm going to make space for them. Relationship will decrease by 60 over 10 turns. Wow, bro. That's ridiculous. Four, one. Tempting. An aging recluse has opened their homestead to orphans. He is ailing, but the children seem able to sustain the land. Bring the children back. Let them. Plus 30 culture, plus 50 happiness towards an acceleration. Bring the children back. Let them sustain the land. Shit, I'm gonna let them sustain the land. Across the damn ocean. Bring some children back. Doesn't seem very kind or helpful. Aw, you're fucking kidding, bro. Fucking missed out. It was a mistake.
The whole island submitted to him. From thence, he proceeded to another group of islands. They readily yielded to his power.
Community has organized a festival celebrating the oyster harvest. Mollusks roast over heated stone while travelers trade mouth-watering recipes. Savor the feast. Declare the creatures sacred. I'm gonna savor the feast. People of the sea. We can always get more. Kava ceremony. Plus 100% influence towards initiating and supporting the Befriend Independent project if the independent power is in distant lands. It doesn't actually benefit me all that much, but fuck it, we're gonna do it. Bear fishing boat. And I'm gonna go Tongi. I'm coming back over here. I'm just gonna go down this one then. Sad. Emissaries from CPEP. Looks like he's going in the water. Which is perfectly fine with me. Soldiers have tracked a horde of bandits to their stolen treasure. Debts must be repaid. Offer repentance through labor. Redistribute their valuables. I think I am going to offer repentance through labor. Dude was attacked. You're fucking kidding, bro. These dudes are snatching this shit up like crazy.
The tourist should get another lens. See straight inside. Wouldn't see Big Rock then. He would see that Punia, living right inside there as from the beginning.
Ah, see, this is just an island. So I will be going farther. Lose 10% science return? No. I can't afford that. Really can't. Shit. I'm gonna build a saw pit, I guess. That's what I'll build. And I'll make this guy and finish it off.
The spoken word conquers all thought, but the written word commands it.
Writing 2. I'm actually gonna do that. So then I can start sanctioning people. Yes! A noble task. A formation of unfamiliar birds in the sky heralds a twofold success. Land is near, and the Tahina's skills are good and true. Guiding wind, speed him. Activate agile ability on Tahina. Distant strangers will know the Tonga's name. I'm doing guiding wind. What I wish I put on is a certain memento. That grants you gold per tiles explored. Oh my. Military units cost 20% more. Yeah, that's fine. Actually. Doesn't affect me all that much. Receive a free civic. Let's do culture on culture buildings. I'm gonna do social policy. Diplomatic attribute. Duty to one another is duty to the self. Diplomacy grows more powerful with practice. I'm gonna do the influence. That way he don't get attacked. Soldiers have caught bandits masquerading as aristocrats. They claim they are no worse than those they imitate, but are stripped of their counterfeit attire nonetheless. Concede their point. Punish the bandits with hard labor. Concede their point. I had a feeling this guy was gonna get attacked. And it's honestly alright. Fonua, a chieftain and his Matapule bathe in the Vaikaukau, while their forebears rest nearby in royal tombs covered in hibiscus flower garlands in the stillness of the water, in the constancy of the earth. Mana holds Tonga forever together. Mana gives it strength. I'm gonna do Mana gives it strength. Production towards constructing wonders. I don't know if I have any wonders to construct. Classical Republic, current celebration 10 turns left. Income plus 21 per turn. What? I've never seen this before. Alright. It's honestly time to get a settler out. But I'm gonna do a library. I'm tempted to do a library first. I'm gonna do a library first. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm gonna do a settler. That's kind of what I expected, but damn.
They are still as their children, and one with them.
Tamaufa Kava. The leaders of Tonga gather to welcome a new chieftain to their ranks. By drinking the kava, they seal the cosmic binding between themselves and the Tongan domain. All must go as the ancestors did, so that the ceremony is tapu, sacred. Expansionist or diplomatic? First, place the food within the circle. First, ensure all are in the proper seats. I'm gonna do first, place the food within the circle. That's the most important story to tell. One must write every day to improve. Inspiration only strikes when it wills. One must strike every day to improve. I'm gonna do inspiration, actually. I need the influence. Kava ceremony. Production on fishing boats in cities, +2 science on fishing boats on reefs and all settlements. Settlement limit, trade route, naval trade route range. +1 culture on warehouse buildings. +1 influence on monuments adjacent to the coast. I'm tempted to do mysticism, but we're gonna do this instead. Growth rate in cities. Food on... Fuck. This is tough. I'm gonna do food on warehouse buildings. Look at this. I did not see this. Luru's all the way over here. Be unwise for me to go grab it, but where was... I saw another. Wonder. I thought I saw another wonder. Right here. So this one I could potentially go grab.
君子问智于语，斯为智矣。
Neutral. Not gonna do anything with them yet because I need... One, two, three. That's where I'm putting it. A Tahina. I'm gonna do a library this time. So I don't fall way behind in science. Because I will fall behind in science. It's kind of inevitable.
Friedrich II. Hoch erfreut, euch kennenzulernen. Ich bin ein Engel im Salon, aber ein Teufel auf dem Schlachtfeld.
Another Isabella.
Yo soy doña Isabel, monarca de estos reinos y señoríos. La reina acierta a decir siempre. La reina es siempre cierta.
Neutral.
The spoken word conquers all thought, but the written word commands it.
A friend. Masonry. This is what I'm gonna do next. So I'm gonna get a monument. Oh, I heard. Okay, I see it.
Stand firm, and the waves will break.
Military aid. Settlement limit, trade routes, production on fishing boats in cities, +2 science on fishing boats on reefs in all settlements. I'm gonna do this one. Traders have come ashore, bearing the wisdom of a faraway place. As scholars back home would stumble over themselves to hear these stories. Pass the tales on. Mine the stories for information. I'm really banking on... Dude, what? A stain. As the dead are carted away, Tongan chieftains survey the aftermath of their campaign. A nearby independent village could have been a trading partner or an ally against common enemies. Instead of all that remains, there is a bloody patch of dirt. The warriors will never be unburdened of this pain. Activate Reckless ability, +3 combat strength when attacking, -2 combat strength when defending on infantry. The survivors will never let Tonga forget. 1 migrant, but -1 influence on towns. No. We're gonna do Reckless. With that being said, what a shame. Thinking I'm gonna do Kalia. Or even a settler. I guess that wasn't cool of me to do. Just, seemed like a cool opportunity. Lose 10% production, science. Shit. Guess I'm gonna have to accept it. Take my losses. 10% really wasn't that much, but I prefer not to have that. Granary and brickyard. I guess I'm gonna do a brickyard. On the side bit. Fishermen have befriended a pod of dolphins. The animals weave through the water, threading their way into the fabric of the community. Delight in the creatures, study the habits. I'm gonna study their habits.
There is another world, but it is in this one.
Call of the mountain. From the altar, the peak's glow rose red in the dusk. The order of the city below, the domain of the spirits above. As the priests admire the vista, voices of debate begin to rise like an evening chorus. What does the mountain tell us of the gods? They inhabit earth and stone. Have a settlement adjacent to a mountain. Have a settlement with a population of 10. It's just a mountain. Settlement adjacent to a mountain. Could probably do that. Mysticism 2. So I'm gonna do mysticism 2. Influence on altar. Plus 25 influence toward endeavors and sanctions with an altar in the capital. This pantheon chosen by Molt. I'm gonna do influence on altar. Lakshmibai.
He was the first to construct a wall, 80 miles in length, which was to separate the barbarians from the Romans.
मी राणी लक्ष्मीबाई आहे, स्वातंत्र्याची रक्षक व माझ्या जनतेची माता.
This motherfucker. It's fine because I won't make any in 10 turns. Masonry 2, production on production buildings. I'm gonna go ahead and do masonry 2 actually. Called the mountain. Himiko's empire spreads, yet through the earth all her people are connected, living as one beneath the sun's beams. Yes. Honestly, I'm actually gonna come down here. Should have thought that through.
There is another world, but it is in this one.
I could have played that a little better with Samarkand. Production on fishing boats in cities. Settlement limit. I'm gonna do this one, and I'm gonna need to pump out some fishing boats. Altered Granary Monument is what I'll do. I'm gonna actually do it here. So then I can... Damn, there was a better one to do it on. So this is just a little island. Not ideal. Okay. Might as well do one span of the island.
He was the first to construct a wall 80 miles in length, which was to separate the barbarians from the Romans.
Émissaire, émissaire. We'll do irrigation. This is not good. Who the fuck is this? Has to be something down here. The only one who hates me is Charles. I don't even know where he is either. Defenseless settlement? Oh. Granary. What's it gonna give me? Oh, fuck.
They are still as their children, and one with them.
Hell yeah, the Tongans. It's tempting. I'm gonna do public life. There that motherfucker is. It's just gonna have to be. was gonna say, what? I'm gonna build this. See, I was hoping I could maybe snatch a lure. Forget what that's called. Who the hell? Ahsoka.
हम अशोक ही संसार के मध्य बिंदु के एगो महान राजा और एगो महान पापी।
Shit. What I need to do is look at my abilities. +2 happiness per age on happiness and diplomacy buildings, doubled if the building is both. 50% production towards constructing happiness and diplomacy buildings, doubled if it's both. 20% culture, but minus. Yeah.
The essence of all beings is the earth water, the water plants, plants man, and man speech.
Some delegation. 20% influence starting espionage actions for each city-state. I may do that. Allows the creation of festival grounds. Festival grounds provide +1 influence, +1 happiness, double base yields during celebration. Must be placed on an existing improvement on flat. Shit. I'm gonna do it. Power in Tongan lands emerges not only from the palace, but from the network of diplomatic alliances that converge there. The teachings of the prophet Teng Squatwadwa have begun to circulate among some of that move between the city-states and Tongan cities. A lesson of unity in the face of change. Emissary. Production. I don't plan on making any military units really. Wonders. I will do that. I didn't have that on? Damn. meeting everybody.
نقابل جميعا مقابلة جيدة على طريق السفر. على الأقل آمل ذلك.
A group of dancers has withdrawn to the wilderness to focus on their craft. They stretch their bodies as they reach for perfection. Those who touch it become legend. Compose songs for the group. Organize a traveling show. I think I will organize a traveling show. I'm gonna need to hit his line too. What I should have done. So I'll have that in the works, and now I'll have this in the works. The relationship will decrease. It's fine. It's not ideal, but you know, so be it. Now I am gonna have to hit up this guy and ask for open borders.
Remain less interested in who we imagine ourselves to be than in what we can do for one another.
I'm gonna do that. Might as well get an army commander. Hold up. Whoa. I'm gonna heal my boy. Lose 10% culture. That's fine, I guess. So, okay. Non-distant lands.
Do nothing which is of no use.
I need to take a look. In one turn, I'll get it. Free merchant. Just want to see what I should do. Got hit. So in all honesty, I'm just gonna send them out. Damn.
Hark ye to the Admiral of the Black, the Scourge of the Seven Seas, Edward Teach, Blackbeard in the flesh.
I am the river. The river is me.
Gold on gold buildings receive the lapis lazuli +4 production and 5% golden capital. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Hungry for power. When word returns with confirmation of Samarkand's loyalty, many of the lesser noble vie for hegemony over its lands. One chief, brash and young, promises to champion Tonga's dominance, while an elder guarantees an endless flow of tribute from the vassal. Establish martial dominance, free monument for purchase, promise healthy trade relations, free market. I'm gonna do the market. Because I already have a... Guess I can't make a market yet, so... But I'll have another settler out in time. Look at that. Not ideal. I'm gonna skip a turn, see what happens. Wonder if he can heal. I would assume not. Should I send this motherfucker all the way over there? I don't think it'd be wise, but... It'd be better if I came over here. Garden. When gaining your rewards from a narrative event, gain an additional 20 culture per age. And a wild card attribute. It's not a bad idea. I'm gonna do the hanging gardens. Guy, I'm gonna steal all your technology and a little competing wonder. Damn, it's not good. Dude better not get sunk.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I am old, I know that it is.
Finna do this. Dude, I don't give a damn about your sanctions, Napoleon. Nah, Napoleon. It's Charles. I was just making a fool of myself, you know. As one does. Hold up, cause I'll do it. I'm gonna do that one. What's up with all these boats? Boats and hoes.
Distinct as the billows, yet one as the sea.
Fuck. Watch me lose that fucking boat. To a fucking slinger. Damn. It's disappointing. Ooh. Kinda missed what it said there. If only that was distant lands. It's not. Emissaire, emissaire. Hopefully they don't attack you, boy. Hopefully they don't attack you, boy. Home again. The wanderlust that often possesses explorers drives them to discover the wonders of far-off places. But this Tongan discovers something far greater, that if you go far enough, you will find yourself at home once again. Have wanderers return with tribute. +5 sea trade route range. To carve cities and towns out of the waste of the world where life overwhelms life requires constant vigilance. In building their tropical cities, Tongan settlers emulate those already living there, clearing one's own ground and holding it against the forces that seek to overwhelm. You know, in all honesty, it's fine. Daughter of the Mountain. Himiko climbs a mountain, her way guided by the spirit. Within each step, her vision materializes an empire stretching as far as the eye can see. I think it's retarded of me to have done this, actually. I guess it's fine. I'm gonna load back into this save.